What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on CLOV ticker. And on today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news about this company that might drive the price of this ticker. And at the end of this video, I will show you my technical analysis and the forecast for the price action. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here, somewhere at this point, and I've told you that we had two major supports and resistances. This resistance we should break in order to establish higher highs and higher lows, in order to establish pretty much uptrend. And if we would break this support, this will indicate that we might hit lower price points and we might hit this red line. It is a previous swing low. And as you can see, we hit it, broke it to the downside, but during the same session we bounced back immediately and started to hover above this line. So it was a false breakout, especially if you switch to a daily time frame. You can see right here that we didn't have major volume with the candle of breakout, and we don't have any candle that was opened and closed below this line. And basically this price action happened quite often, and that's why you have to be prepared to false breakouts. And right here, as you can see, we have huge volume compared to other previous volumes. And from this bottom to the very top, this movement surged for about 50%. And from this swing low to this high, it surged for about 35%. So very good movement, and I will show you in my fundamental analysis what was the reason of this price action. But for now, let's continue with the fundamentals. And first of all, let's start with the company profile. For those of you who don't know, Clover Health Investment Corporation operates as a Medicare Advantage insurer in the United States. The company, through its software platform, provides a preferred provider organization and health maintenance organization health plans for Medicare-eligible consumers. And for now, its total market cap is $3.63 billion. They have revenue of $921.74 million with a negative net income of $479.66 million. They have rather good revenue growth of 61.11%, and they have a pretty strong cash position of $607.14 million with a total debt of $29.14 million. And I have to say that the numbers of this company is not the best one because of their negative net income, but they are quite decent, and especially if you consider that they have more than 60% revenue growth during last 12 months. So let's continue with their news. We are on Seeking Alpha as well, and this article was published on September the 7th, and it's titled "Clover Health nears a 2-month high as Reddit chatter grows louder." And let me quote you these bullets. Clover Health Investment has gained more than 10th in value to reach its highest level since early July, as mentions of the stock on the Wall Street Bets Reddit forum surged. However, last week, the Medicare leveraged health insurer remained roughly 60% lower than the level in early June, when the shares reached a peak since the company went public via SPAC merger with Chamath Palihapitiya-backed social capital head Sophia. The latest quarterly results of Clover Health shown an increase in the company's cost base, with GAAP Medicare Advantage medical cost ratio standing at roughly 110% in Q2 2021 compared to roughly 70% in the previous year's quarter. So, as you can see, according to this article, the main driver for the price for the latest price action was the Wall Street Bets community. And let me show you right here. We are on hypeequity.com, and this website tracks all the activity around the social media related to different tickers. And on the first place we have Clover Health Investment with a social volume of more than 6.1 thousand mentions. And it has an increase for more than 380%, and this number showing that it is a real driver of the price of this ticker. On top of that, let me show you member terminal. And right here, Clover is also at the first place, and you can see right here number of mentions during last 7 days, and the trend is moving higher. This means you can rely on this ticker at least for the short-term period to make some gains with this company. And you have to be cautious and you have to track all the mentions. If you click right here, you will find the number of mentions and the exact posts that was made by random people. And you have to keep an eye on these posts in order to understand what type of sentiment this ticker has. So, and let's continue with their institutional owners, and we are on fintel.io. And right here you can see that green rows indicate new positions and red rows indicate closed position. And we have a bunch of white rows, several green ones and several red ones. And white rows indicate that these companies have some change in their position. And I have to say that all of these Vanguard funds, they got rid of about 68% of the stocks of Clover. And you have to keep in mind that this is basically a bearish sign. So, the sentiment on the smart money list is not so favorable for Clover for the long term, and that's why you have to be cautious if you are a long-term investor. And let me show you this article. We are on full.com, and here is the forecast, and let me show it to you. As mentioned last time, Clover started to rise without any news. The move lasted for about 3 days and resulted in the stock price more than tripling. So, it's entirely possible that this move could be sustained for some time. However, it's also worth mentioning that once the steam ran out of the last rally, the stock fell back to earth rather quickly. So, this is definitely a situation in which investors should tread carefully. The best course of action for long-term investors who own shares and believe in Clover's Health long-term potential is likely to do nothing at all. And I am completely agree with this statement. And let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, on my previous video I've told you that if we break this previous support swing low that is marked as a red line, we can hit lower points, and this green line, let me show it to you more thoroughly, this green line at the level of around $6.53 might be your accumulation point for the long-term investment with this company. But we didn't hit it. This means technically you shouldn't enter your position for the long term, because even on a $7.7 mark, it is quite risky to invest in this company for the period from 12 to 24 months. And that is why right here you could add only your short-term position, and basically if you do so, you are up for quite significant amount of profits. And what should we expect next? Let's switch to 1 hour time frame, and let me show you what do we have here. As you can see, on 1 hour time frame we have a bearish divergence, but it is not so significant because we have only slight increase in price with a decrease in tops of RSI, and it is not the strongest pattern in this shape, but it is still a bearish divergence. And let me show you that we have several movements. As you can see from this bottom, we have this as our first wave, potentially this is our second, and we have only 2 waves in this movement. This means we might have, let me show it to you, this is the first wave, second, potentially if this is the top of this movement, this is the third one. We have to have a retracement in order to unload this RSI, and the fifth wave to be determined. And this is only on a smaller scale, because on a slightly bigger scale we might have this as our first wave, this entire consolidation phase as our second, this movement to the top of the fifth wave might be our third wave, then retracement, and the fifth wave to be determined in the future, and it might land much higher than our current price, but only in case if we will see a continuation, the continuation of support from Wall Street Bets community and from retail investors. And you have to keep this in mind, that it is very, very risky. So what should we expect from the price? Let me clean the chart a little bit. We don't need this latest movement so far. We just have to focus on this one. So, in my opinion, we might have a slight pullback, and to measure this pullback, I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom of the third wave to the top of the third wave, and so far we have this as our highest point. And if next session will increase the price of this ticker, you have to adjust this tool to the top, and from that point you can project some targets of the retracement. But so far we have this as our highest point, and if we will have a trend reversal right here, we might land at the level of around $10.16, 9.85, and the golden pocket 9.55 and 9.47. And we shouldn't break this level, because we have the top of our first wave at the same level, and it is a basically confluence level between two tools. And that is why we have more possibility to go higher, to continue the trend and to make some profits. But if we will break it, this will invalidate this movement as a motive wave, and this means we cannot reach major targets with the top of our fifth wave, and that's why you have to be cautious. So we have from our current price, we have about 12% of potential movement to the downside in order to accumulate the position, and if we will break the level of around 9.47, this will invalidate this count. So in my opinion, that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with the notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!